Let's talk defense, because that's been the biggest story of the Oklahoma Sooners so far in 2025. And I just don't know how many more ways that we can say it. This team is elite defensively.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jay, speaking of odds over at FanDuel, right now, the line for Oklahoma-Kent State, Oklahoma by 45.5. No love at all toward the Golden Flashes.
Zero love.
Yeah.
Whatsoever for them.
45.5. That's like, that's what the Illinois State line should have been.
Yeah.
That's like that kind of line. Yeah.
Illinois State ain't lost a game since they played us. That goes for something, right?
Yeah. That does go for
same thing with Temple.
We got them right.
Think about it.
Got them boys right.
We got them lined up the way they need to be lined up. Well, actually, Temple lost to Georgia Tech right after us, but not by a lot. But I digress. It was 45-24. So it's actually a pretty solid game. But anyway, the defense is legit, though. Let's just put it that way. We got them right.
It's too legit.
Forged in fire. They got an understanding of what to do. Too legit to quit. Let me give you some numbers, John. You ready?
Let's go.
National scoring defense rank after week 5. Oklahoma is ranked number 3 in the country. That's second in the SEC, right behind Texas, with LSU behind at number 11, Missouri at 19, Florida at 24th, and Auburn 27th, Alabama 28th, Vanderbilt at 31st. Mississippi State 32nd. That's scoring defense. Bananas. All right, next one. Third down defensive rank nationally. Number 1 team in the country is who?
Boomer!
Sooners are number 1 with Missouri right behind them at number 2, Texas at 5, and Texas A&M rounds out the top 10 SEC teams, part of the SEC nationally in the country. Third down, which is bananas. Explosive plays on defense, allowing plays of 20-plus yards. In the national rank, Oklahoma is ranked number 7 in the country. Texas is number 3, Oklahoma 7, and then right closest one to both of those teams is Alabama at 22, with Florida tied at 22. The defense is legitimate. Yeah. I think that's kind of the whole point here is I know people want to downplay who we played against. They want to downplay how some games went. But the one thing we've learned more and more about a Brent Venables defense is it really is a bend don't break, while at the same time pushing the envelope as much as possible, right? Like they're making sure that you're not getting the massive explosive plays all the time. You're going to get 1 or 2 because bust it's going to happen. But the goal of this defense is to make it as tough as possible in every other play possible. Like third down conversions, it's one of the hardest teams to convert on. That's what you want your defense to be.
Right.
No one's going to not be able to allow any. It's going to be impossible. But, John, they're doing everything that we've been asking for and more.
Yeah. Do you remember the time when third downs were just kind of an adventure and you just never really expected your Oklahoma Sooners football team to get off the field? Do you remember that time? I remember that time.
I just want to pretend like that time never happened.
Yeah, I remember doing this show, remembering that time, and thinking, I have no faith that Oklahoma can get off the field on a third down. It doesn't matter if it's a third and short, a third and long, no faith. Now, I expect it. I expect anytime that Oklahoma gets into a third down situation defensively, they're getting off the field because they just do. Whether it's third and short or third and long, Oklahoma does what they want on third downs and they win. And they can win. If you want to try and run it up the middle on third down, guess what? You're going to have to deal with Jaden Jackson and Dominic Williams. You want to try and drop back to pass on third down? Well, guess what? You're going to have to deal with Jaden Jackson on the interior, Grayson Alt and David Stone R. Mason Thomas off the edge, Taylor Wine off the edge, and a blitz happy Brent Venables. Good luck. I mean, I just say good luck. Like, if you've got a quarterback that is uncertain about anything that he's seeing out on the field, he's going to have a really, really difficult time playing against Brent Venables' defense, because Brent Venables is going to come after him. And then when he doesn't come after him, you're still going to have to deal with a relentless pass rush that I think is first in the nation in pressure created with just 4 rushers. Like, this is a legitimate defense. They can blitz you and win. They can just rush 4 and win. They can do whatever they want to do and win.
I don't think people understand just how how good in the advanced and the raw numbers this defense has been. Like, just the raw data, we're one of the top defenses, yards, all of that. Regardless, I mean, think about it. Everybody has played at least 1 or 2 cupcakes. And others have also played about 1 or 2, P4 teams. And the teams that we've played, besides Auburn, after us, still put up big numbers. Like, Michigan went out and was re-putting those numbers back up. It's like Oklahoma was like the big dip, and then the numbers came back up. That big win against Nebraska they got, they was putting up numbers. Couldn't do it against us.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we were hoping for from Brent Venables' hire. And I'll keep preaching this, John. This is the thing I've preached numerous times. This is the only reason why I have said Brent Venables ain't going to lose his job. If the defense wasn't improving, I'd say, yeah, he got to go, because that's what you brought him for. And I say that about Hugh Freeze. You brought him in to be an offensive guru. The offense is regressing. Peyton Thorne threw for 3,000 yards at Michigan State. Never. Auburn has had 2 3,000-yard passers in the last 20 years.
It's crazy.
There's something there. But my point is, if BV was not providing us with a defense that was improving, because at some point it's going to go back to top 15-ish range. It's not going to be able to sit in the top 5 forever. But he finished this one's top 5 like he did at Clemson, and have another season like that, a little dip, and then go back. Dude's going to be here dang near forever.
Yeah, to me, the only question is, how do they replace Ben Arbuckle when he eventually goes and gets a head coaching job?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's going to happen this year or next year even. Just what do they do when that happens? Because that, to me, is going to be the only thing that holds Oklahoma back from being
inevitable.
successful.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. You're going to have turnover. You can't have no turnover. What they've had on the defensive side of the ball, where they've been able to retain everybody but their linebackers coach / Ted Roof, Zach Alley, and they left for very different reasons. The fact that you've been able to retain everybody else is pretty incredible. It's just now, okay, finding offensive coordinator continuity that you can build upon over the next however long Brent Venables is here. But defensively, I have no issue with the direction that Oklahoma is heading. That's why I'm so excited about the 2025 recruiting or 2026 recruiting class, even though it may not have like some of the 5-star prospects that you want to have. Like, the guys that they're bringing in are going to be fast, physical freaks that are just going to fit right into what Oklahoma is wanting to do defensively, which is play fast, play physical, be aggressive, and just try to do everything you can do legally on a football field to punish somebody.
Yeah.
And I mean, the direction that Brent Venables has this thing headed defensively, man, it's super exciting. And I think we're still just scratching the surface.
Just wait until the big 3 at safety all are on the field at the exact same time, punishing people, right? Those guys. Then your young corners, when is Cortland and Eli as your main guys, as Gentry and them graduate, and you start to see Malik Hawkins as well as Tristan Haynes along the line. The only question I have on this team, because I know the defensive line is pretty stout for these 2 years, linebacker. What's that going to look like?
Yep.
Question is, if Kobe and Kip come back for one more year, you're golden. If they don't, just got questions. You want to see who's going to be the ones that step up and take over. But his defense has at least 2 years, and then we just need to see who's next in line to step up to become that dude. Yeah. And I think we have good depth, and that's not something we could have said in the past.
No, because like right now, your 4-man defensive tackle rotation looks really, really good. Dominic Williams, Grayson Halton will graduate. They'll go off to the NFL after this year. Well, then it's led by Jaden Jackson and David Stone. Then it's going to be time for guys like Marcus Strong and Trent Wilson to come up and be a part of that next group of 4-man defensive tackle rotation. So yeah, there will definitely be some questions down the road, but for this season, it's going to be so much fun to watch every single week because this team is just going to absolutely impress and put on a show. And I can't wait to see it this week against Kent State. Oh, Golden Flash. Make sure you say some nice things to your mom because it's going to be a long one for you Saturday afternoon. That's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in, being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. What?
Finish. I told you to be nice to them, John.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They need it.
I mean, listen. Just get yourself some good barbecue while you're here, because
Sean Lewis ain't there no more, man.
You don't know.
Ain't got a guy that fights for him like that.
Yeah, you don't know what barbecue's about. So make sure you get some good ribs or something while you're here. Get you some good brisket.
Wow.
Enjoy the nice fall Oklahoma weather. That's probably going to be blazing hot Saturday afternoon because it usually is until we get to October. I guess it's going to be October. Dang, it's already October.
It's October, man. October 1st, man. What are you doing?
I'm tired, guys, and I'm feeling feisty, and I apologize. I was out yelling at a bunch of kids on the soccer field, and it just has my energy at another level. But anyway, I digress. All right. Again, enjoy. We'll be back to continue to break down Oklahoma versus Kent State this week. We'll also be here live after the game, breaking down everything that we saw and everything that transpired on Saturday. But until next time, he's Jay Smith. Follow him at Unfair Sports and check out his channel, Unfair Sports, over on YouTube. I'm John Williams. You can follow me at John9Williams and read my work covering the Sooners at SoonersWire.com. The show is at Locked On Sooners. Until next time, he's Jay. I'm John. Boomer.
Sooner. Gotta be nice to him, John. They don't bring
I'm not feeling hospitable right now, Jay.
Be hospitable.